So this dude is ugly, but we do have two different functions here. We have a square root function and we have cosine. Okay, now whenever you have a radical expression, I change it to have an exponential representation, because then I can use the power rule, which makes us all a lot happier, doesn't it? So instead of saying y is that, I'm going to say y is x raised to the 1/2 power times cosine x. Can you guys see that okay? It's looking kind of dark up there. All right, let's whiten this up right here. Okay.
Thanks.
All right, you stop that sneezing. Okay, so we have two functions multiplying to each other. The first function we'll say is f of x equals x raised to the 1/2. The second function we'll call g of x. That one is cosine x. And so if we were trying to find dy over dx, which is, let's see, y right now is f times g. F is the x to the 1/2 and g is your cosine, and it defines it right here. Y is f times g. And it wants dy dx, which means, this actually can be written d over dx of y. So you're taking the derivative of y. They mean the same thing. Don't get confused. So, also, you guys might be going like, well, why not just y prime? Doesn't that mean the same thing? Yeah, these are actually meaning the same thing. Okay, so we're trying to find y prime. We're trying to find the derivative of y. So first, derivative of the first function. The first function is x to the 1/2 power. What is f prime, Stews? Yeah, so f prime would be 1/2 x. And then we have to go 1/2 minus 1. Now, instead of writing 1, I'm going to write 2 over 2. It's kind of a little shortcut just because I like common denominators. And so what would you get when you go 1/2 minus 2 over 2? Negative 1/2. Oh, Mr. Petty, I saw that before you even did that. It's fine. It's good. I'm just trying to make sure everybody's tracking. Now, because the x has a negative exponent, I'm going to throw them down there with the 2. So it's 2x to the positive 1/2. Now, you could, if you wanted to, change that 1/2 to a square root. So instead of writing it like this, you can write it like this. But I am going to leave it with the 1/2 power. I like that one better. Okay, so that's the first. That's f prime. And then we write the second function, which is just cosine x. All right, everybody's cool so far? All right, next I'm going to find g prime. My stews. What is g prime? Negative sine x. So now I write the first function, which was x to the 1/2 power, and then I'm going to multiply it times the derivative of the second function, which is negative sine x. Let's do some simplification. We have cosine x on top of this nasty fraction, and then on the other side we have, let's make this negative, and then we have x 1/2 sine x. And you could, if you wanted to, instead of using the 1/2 power, we could say cosine x over 2 rad x minus rad x times sine x. Some of you guys might like that one better. Both of these answers are the same. Okay, just to recap, this is f prime right here. This is g. This is f, and this is g prime. That's your power rule, your product rule. Not power rule. That's your product rule.